Hello and welcome back. In this video we'll go a little deeper into transposing with some fine-tuning techniques which we can use to affect the transposing operation. To start with, I will create an anim based on this ref. Okay, now we have it. I will swap the ref symbol on the stage with the anim and enter the anim symbol. I'll move the instance of the ref away and show you how you can add a pose to the ref. So normally the ref contains all your beautiful preset, pre-designed poses, but while animating inside the anim, every now and then you might come up with a pose that you really like and you would like to add to the ref symbol for future reuse. So let's imagine that this is one such pose. Okay, this will do. I won't spend more time on that. Once you're happy with your pose, all you need to do is click on this button here in the ref toolbar. It will add the current pose to your ref symbol. So click and there you go. The pose was added, and now all that we need to do is refresh the thumbnail so that the pose will appear here. So press on the refresh button and now we have the new pose added to our thumbnail so we can reuse it from now on. Let's just try transpose, transpose and transpose. Okay, another very important thing which I would like to show you is the use of pose anchor for precise placement of the transposed. It doesn't really matter where the character is on the stage. Say if we would like the action to happen here and transpose, the new pose will appear where it is in the ref symbol in relation to the registration point, and this is not ideal if we're animating a character. So here's how to deal with this. We have a special object called pose anchor. You can create it from here, which serves as a pin for transposing. There is some specifics about how to use this pin. We need to have inside the elements, usually in the feet, we need to place a T-point, which is another type of special object. So I'll create a T-point here and put it at the tip of the toes. And now I can bring this pose anchor close to the foot tip and snap it either here or here, so it snaps over the T-point which is inside the foot symbol. Now once we have a pose anchor, we will match this exact point when transposing. So if I create another keyframe here and try to transpose this again, see what happens. It pinned this toe and constructed the whole transposed pose around this point. If I click here, the same thing will happen. This will stay pinned. This makes it very easy to control transposing. On top of this, we can flip the character. Obviously, you can't tween between flipped images, but you might just need to have a progression where the character is flipped. So for flipping, you can use these toggle buttons here. This one will produce a horizontally flipped image. So let's go click, and now we have a flipped image with this foot pinned. Let me undo and snap the pose anchor to the other foot and transpose again. Now this time we got the result that we desired. The closer foot got pinned. Transpose, this is the pinned foot, and with this pose here the other foot should be pinned, so let me just snap the point here and click on this. So you see how you can control which foot is pinned by using the pose anchor, and also you can control flipping by clicking on these buttons. Now let's look at another example here for the use of the pose anchor. Let me create the pose anchor in this file as well. Here it is, and load the head in the panel. I can pin the pose anchor just here to a T-point which is inside one of these elements. Let me give it a tint so that we can see it better, and transpose to one of these. Okay, you see what happened? We pinned the nose and everything else was transposed in relation to that pin. So if we tween now, we'll get this weird result, but it may have applications at one point or another. You got the idea how it works. So you can pin any point in your rig and transpose around it with the pose anchor. I won't waste any more time on pose anchors, but show you something else. Let me collapse the rabbit first. Now, on top of flipping and pose anchors, there are a few exclusions which we can get by adding suffixes to layer names. This one matches the scale, then we can skip transposing for certain layers, and this one, the first one that I will demonstrate, no sync, will allow you to skip the first frame property while transposing. So to start with, let's load the mouths of this bunny into Smart Graphic Panel and imagine that we would like to actually have it closed here. So instead of going with the open mouth, we close it as it goes up. When we look at our pose, this last one was frame 37, which we transposed. So normally when you transpose, it will carry over the first frame, but we can skip that by adding the no sync to the layer name. So go here and choose no sync, and you end up with this suffix being added to the layer names. Now if I get rid of this key and transpose this same pose again, you see nothing changed. Nothing changed because the transformation matrices were transferred, but the first frame property was skipped. If I go for this one again, see it's similar to this pose. So if I go to that one and click, we'll get the transformation matrices, but the mouth will stay the way it was in the previous frame. So this is very handy if you need to make some modifications. Say here we have this mouth or any other mouth, and then transpose, it will keep the mouth the way it was. So this is the no sync option. To get rid of it, clear the suffix. This is all that you need to do. Clear the suffix, and now transposing will happen fully. The other option is the no transpose option. For example, as I did show you with the ears in the previous video, we'll do that for the ears again. No transpose, and click on any of these. Let's click on this one again. Okay, the ears did not get transposed. This is how you can skip transposing operation for any number of layers. And then again, clear suffix, and the suffix is removed from the layer name. And this time, if I click on the same pose, the ears will be transposed. And let's go to the rabbit file and imagine, where's my pose anchor? Let me just snap it here. Okay, so imagine that we are not at 100% scale. Imagine that we have scaled down the character. This is just our shot has progressed. Our character is much smaller in the frame. When we transpose without the match scale, we'll end up with a bigger character because obviously it transposes the elements the way they are in the ref symbol. So I'll get rid of this key and add a match scale to the torso. It's very important to add the match scale suffix to an element that does not have much distortion. The torso is usually ideal, or the face oval would be another one if we do a match scale on the head. And now when I click on the thumbnail, you see that the scale of this image was matched. So we get this kind of scale matching. Let me add a couple of more poses, like this new one that we created a little while ago, or this one. The scale is always matched and the poses are constructed around the pose anchor. The last thing that I want to show you is how you can add an element to the ref after you have set up the ref and the anim, and how to make it transposable. So imagine that as a last minute decision, after you have already started working on your animation, you need to add an element. In this case, I've quickly created these glasses for the bunny, and I've very roughly matched the poses here. Because these were added after the ref was created, they're not tagged, so they will not transpose. What we need to do is, after we add the element, we need to run set as ref a second time. So while we're here, just press the button. That's it, it's done. So now the glasses were tagged with metadata and they will be transposable. Grab one instance of the glasses, so copy frames, go out into our anim symbol, add a layer and paste the instance. So let's paste it here. As long as the instance is present, it will be transposable. Even if I don't refresh the thumbnails, this instance will still be transposable. I can name this glasses, and if I transpose any of these poses, you will see that the glasses will be matched. So there you go. And they match the content of our ref symbol. If you need to add an element after you have created your ref, you need to press the set as ref button again so that the instance is tagged, and then copy paste the instance from the ref into your anim symbol. That's it. I hope that this video has been helpful, and in the last part of the series we will look into ways to troubleshoot TransPoser problems.